Yeah, I've got a lot of hot Japanese takes today. One is there's a lot to love about Japanese baseball.
Love it.
But the stadiums and the turf, or maybe it's just this one, that's not one of them.
Okay, well...
Is it only in Tokyo that they're like this?
There are some. So the Hanshin Tigers, who are the ones that beat the Cubs and the Dodgers, they're like the Chicago Cubs of the Nippon League, and their stadium is amazing. It's like an actual
so
old
like
school.
an MLB outdoor nooks and crannies, cool vibe.
Yes, but some of the places.
This one was not.
So I've played in the Tokyo Dome.
Yeah, you have.
And I've seen baseball in the Tokyo Dome. Yes, it's very stable, or like sterile, where the Chinuchi Dragons, same thing. Some of those stadiums were built in the height of like anything that was built in the 80s. Like they wanted to make it futuristic, but they just made it look crappy.
It's kind of like the Trop.
Yes. It's like that.
Tropicana.
Think like the Kingdome.
The old Astrodome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
At the height of it, you're like, oh my God, this is futuristic. And then you look at it now, you're like, it sucks. But there is some good stadiums. It's a mix.
I would also like to state, and I think you would appreciate this, since your beloved is Japanese.
Yeah.
Big time Japanese, actually.
Yeah.
Which may mean that her father is one of these. But if you didn't see the game, behind home plate, the fans, there is something about old Japanese guys in suits that's really kick-ass. Yeah. Like they're super serious and restrained, yet commanding. And there were several of them at this game, and they don't react to the game. No. They simply sit with great posture and stare at the field, and that's really it.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know who these men are. I assume they're billionaire Japanese. Like I in my head, I'm just like, oh my God, these men, they're probably like Japanese finest. I don't know. But they were great.
Yeah.
And I couldn't take my eyes off them.
So
and they usually had hots on their side.
Yeah. Interesting note, BTJ-D, big time Japanese dad, comes into town next week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's making the visit.
Maybe I could ask him about this.
You could. And I will tell you this. The next time that I see Mamoru smile will be the first. If you think...
he's a serious man, is he?
Yeah.
The Japanese businessman is very serious.
Yeah.
He doesn't have time for your foolishness.
Did you watch the game in the morning? If you get a chance, if you're up early enough, look behind home plate at those dudes in suits.
They got things to do.
They are not going to utter a smile, nor a clap.
No.
But they're watching.
Yes.
And boy, do they look intent.
We went to a sumo event with the BTJ-D, big time Japanese dad. And I kept waiting to see if I could, because it was a cool event. I kept waiting to see if I could get a reaction. No reaction.
No, they're not.
The man is stone-faced.
Yeah.
He's not tipping his hand.
Playing in your reindeer games.
No.
And that's what I love about him.
Yes.
That's a dude you want to sit down and have a sake with.
It's just very straight lace. Hey, we making money? Is this about
Stoic.
business? If not,
that's right.
Leave me alone.
And then occasionally they're at the strip club with a cigarette and like
you got to figure.
You know what
it
I mean?
out. Yeah.
And they're at the casino.
Yeah. It's not a lot of
The Japanese are great.
Yes. That's what the mother's for. The father is not there to give you love and
he's bringing home the bacon.
Exactly.
With his brains.
He's got serious things to do.
Did you see, well, you probably didn't, the crowd when Ohtani came to the plate?
Oh, I'm guessing they just lost their mind.
No, they went silent.
Oh, the respect of the quiet?
Silent.
Yeah.
It was very weird.
Yeah.
And they asked Ohtani about it after the game. He was like, yeah, I wasn't. Of course, Ohtani's very buttoned up. He doesn't really say.
Scored what, 2 runs,
anything.
right?
He had a couple hits.
Yeah. 2 for 5, a double, and 2 runs.
Yeah. This was the at-bat. I actually saw him get a hit. He doubled in the 8th or whenever there was. Maybe it was the 9th. But they go silent. It was weird. Sitting there watching, like they're all, it's like they all become old Japanese men.
The hush falls over the crowd. I will tell you that I have never seen in my life a more reverence for an individual from a group of people than they have for Ohtani. I mean, it's...
Yeah, they were going through all the players.
Yeah.
And, it's like... It's crazy to think that Hideo Nomo was the first Japanese player to play in the big leagues.
Was he the first?
He was the first.
I can't say I knew that.
And... Oh, yeah, that was a big deal at the time. And that was in the 90s. Like, it has been 30 years. And they went through a lot of the names. And boy, there are a lot of names lost in, like, the guys that just didn't play, or they just weren't household names here.
Sure.
That came over and played, but they were huge stars in Japan. And I can't remember their names, but we all know the main ones, like Nomo, Ichiro, Ohtani, and probably Darvish.
Oh yeah,
on the Mount
Darvish
Rushmore.
was good. Hideki Matsui.
He was good.
For the Yankees was a big deal.
Daisuke Matsuzaka.
The Giants had Tsuyoshi Shinjo for a while. He was the thing.
They got a guy.
early
The Giants
2000s.
have an outfielder who's a Japanese player.
He's Korean, I believe.
Oh, he's Korean.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's.
I would say Ichiro has been by far though the biggest.
Well, that's what I said. I said
until
Nomo,
now, yeah.
Ichiro, Ohtani, and Darvish are probably your top 4.
I would think so.
But Darvish said that when he grew up, I thought it was really cool. What they're doing in Tokyo, make no mistake, you may not care and you may not see a lick of it. This is a huge deal for baseball.
Yes.
And it's a huge deal in Japan because not only is Ohtani playing, but so is Yamamoto, Roki Sasaka. Roki Sasaka just signed with the Dodgers, so this will be his first year in the big leagues. He's a superstar in Japan. Yep. His first start will be tomorrow for the Dodgers in Japan.
Yes. And it is
it's going to be a big deal.
Event.
Well, today was 2 Jap. You said today was 2.
Yeah. Imanaga, is that his name?
Yeah, Shota Imanaga,
Cubs.
and then and it was
Sasaki.
Yoshinobu Yamamoto got the win today.
Yeah, Yamamoto, and then it's just
and more and more are coming
cool.
over. Sengai is the number 1 pitcher for the Mets.
Yeah, there's a ton of them. Well, that's what Darvish was saying. They said that Darvish said when he grew up in Japan, and he's still in the league, but he's in his 30s now.
Yeah.
When he grew up in Japan, playing in the U.S. was not attainable. It is not something kids dreamed about because you couldn't do it.
Yeah.
He said now every kid that grows up in Japan dreams of playing in Major League Baseball. Yeah. It's no longer playing ball in Japan. It's you got to be a name in the States. Yeah. And that, I don't think you can quantify how big that is for Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
Like, this is a huge deal.
And by the way, the Japanese league, it's coming. Like, I mean, outside of obviously the U.S., the Latin countries have been the predominant international force, and that goes all the way back. Plenty of those guys from Roberto Clemente on. But the Venezuelan, the Dominican Republic, and all that. But dude, the Japanese leagues, this will be a Japanese invasion, and you're right. More and more of them are coming up with the idea of we can do this, and it's not just pitchers anymore. You're getting position players as well. And this is only going to continue and grow because over there, this is the national sport. I mean, they take this very seriously. And again, to the point of one of their teams just got done beating the Cubs and Dodgers. And both of those managers were like, I'm telling you, this is high quality baseball over there. That is not just a second rate group of guys.
Yeah, no, they're good. But I don't know what it's going to mean for their league. That all their stars are now going to bolt over here.
Well, I remember they when we went over, their big player was Shintaro Fujiyama, who was like their big pitcher, and he came over and was an absolute bust. A's, Orioles, Mets, and I think he's now a minor league guy with the Mariners. Yeah. But he was a huge deal over there.
Yeah, he was terrible here.
And he was terrible.
I mean, you could see it kind of following the path of like basketball in Europe, though, right? Where like it still remains a very big deal over there, but now it's there that they get recognized before they come over, like the Lucas and the Pau Gasols and the players like that who got established playing in Europe and then made the jump.
But the fame, but more importantly, the money is just so big, it will continue to lure over the biggest guys. I mean, you look at what
Kikuchi.
Yeah.
He's another one.
When you look at
Yoshida,
the amount of money that can be made over here, you're going to get the best guys. Period. End of story.
You got we forgot Tanaka. He was pretty good.
Oh yeah,
remember him?
I do remember him.
Shigetoshi Hasegawa of your Mariners.
That's right.
Of course, we had
Hideki Irabu.
Monkey never.
Irabu, yeah, he was a hoss.
Yeah, he was a hoss. Masato Yoshi. Kazuhiro Sasaki.
More and more. It's funny when you read through the names. It's more than
it's a ton.
It's more than you remember.
Kaz Matsui played for your Mets.
I'm trying to think of anyone else that I'm
Shinjo Takatsu
slipped through the cracks.
Tadahito Iguchi.
I don't remember him.
Kenji Jojima. Remember him?
I thought it was it didn't we originally was it Jojima?
Jojima?
And then we like a year in, we're like, yeah, we've been saying it wrong.
Takashi Saito? Oh, Daisuke Matsuzaka. Did we talk?
Did we
say
Daisuke?
Yeah, you said him.
Yeah, we said him. Okay. Yeah.
Who was the closer for the Red Sox a number of years ago? Did we mention him? They had a really good Japanese closer.
Nori Aoki, former Royals great.
And Giants great.
Mets great as well. Played for all of our teams.
I wonder how many guys that applies to.
It bounced around a little bit.
All right. You want any more?
I think Buckley
are you good?
I think Buckley is.
We're good here.
We're a little late.
That was emphatic.
Yeah.